Everyone. My name is Regina Cross, and I'm the director of the Spartan Pathways Travel Program. And thank you so much for attending this meeting today as we get ready for our departure in a couple, actually, it's next week. So, all right. So I do want to start out with a little bit of housekeeping. If you could all remain muted during the presentation, that would be helpful. Sometimes voices and background noise really comes through on the speakers, so that would be helpful. I'm happy to say that I am serving as the host of this tour. I'm looking forward to meeting all of you. If I am, for some reason, sometimes my Zoom kicks me out. So if I know I look frozen right now, but I hope you can hear me. So hopefully I'll be okay on this. Anyway, I'm looking forward to meeting all of you on this cruise to the British Isles. I myself have never been to London or the UK, so I'm looking really forward to that. Um, so another thing, at the end of this presentation, what I was usually do is go around the room and have everyone introduce themselves and say a little bit about, connection to Michigan State, if you're a Michigan State grad, what you got your degree in, kind of what your career has been. And if you're not a Michigan State grad, just indicate your connection to Michigan State, and we'll get to know one another a little bit more. Next, I want to introduce Emily Dean. She is one of the contacts at Go Next. I've been working with her for many years. She's wonderful, and she is going to review information that is good to know before your departure. So take it away, Emily.
Perfect. Thanks, Regina, and welcome everybody. Like Regina said, I'm going to talk about the cruise from the beginning, middle, and then the end. And if you guys have any questions, you can put them up in the chat. Otherwise, we'll have plenty of time at the end to answer some questions. I want to start out by saying that on August 4th, you guys should have all received final documents. These came from Go Next, and the subject line would have been final documents for British Isles. And in the final documents, there are a few attachments. One, there's the Oceania cruise summary attachment. There is also a general information. And if you guys are on a pre or a post cruise, there will also be more information about the pre or the post in that attachment. The general information has a lot of tips and stuff in there, most of which I'll talk about today. So if you haven't had time to read it, most of it I will talk about. But the most important thing on this general information page is our Go Next emergency phone number. It's the 612-802-5560. That is our emergency number for the day you guys are traveling. So if your flight's delayed, if your flight leaves early, if you get on a different flight, or if you need help with anything, that is the number you're going to want to call. It will be somebody from the office answering the phone, probably somebody you've maybe already even talked to. This is a cell phone. So if you don't get a hold of them right away, you can leave a voicemail and they'll call you back. You can send a text message if, let's say, you got put on a different flight number and you just want to text them, just text them your name, your new flight number. And this way, if you guys have transfers with Oceania or Go Next, we can let the ground suppliers know. Or even if you're just coming in early on your own, we still like to know where you guys are at just to make sure that you guys have arrived at the destination. For the Oceania cruise summary, there's a lot of good information in here. You can take pictures of it, save it to your phone, print it out, whatever works for you. But it has like the arrival port, the port address in case you guys are coming in on your own. It has your flight details, it has your dining reservations, and it has the cruise itinerary on it, which I find helpful because once you're on vacation, you kind of lose track of what day you're on. But so there's a lot of good information on there. So you can print that and bring it with you. And like I said, the pre and the post documents are on there and they're well listed to what you guys would be doing for the day. I do see that there's a few of you doing both. Once you get to the pre or post hotels, The program managers that we have on board with you guys will meet them at the pre-cruise if you are on the pre-cruise, and then they'll actually even break down the itinerary or the schedule that you guys are going to be doing each day on a whiteboard by their desks. So if you're doing the pre-cruise, the program managers will be there. Program managers for this trip are Marion, Megan, and Anne. All very good program managers. Megan has probably been on the most of our trips. She's probably been on 150 if I had to count. So she knows a lot. And the other ones have been around for a long time too. But so you're in good hands. But they will be there at the hotel for you for any questions. So like I said, it's a cell phone. So make sure, like, if you don't even think it's a, it doesn't affect you, but we just want to know if your flights are delayed. So just let us know. Another thing I like to say that is once you get to the airport, if for any reason your luggage is delayed, it's very important that you guys take a ticket from the airport. It's called a luggage claim ticket. This will help us locate your luggage faster. Once you get on board the ship, or even if it's the pre-cruise hotel, the program managers will work with the airlines to locate your luggage. So if it's delayed, make sure you file a claim at the airport before you leave. People ask me about packing. Packing is really whatever you guys, I mean, so it's some people overpack, some people are really good packers. It depends, the weather, I did pull it up. Most of the places that you guys are going to be in the mid 60s. I guess my biggest suggestion is if you are taking two suitcases that you put a little of each of your clothes in each suitcase, because maybe if one is delayed, then you'll have an outfit for the other. And if you're a great packer and you just need the one suitcase, I would suggest putting some clothes in your carry-on or maybe an extra pair of shoes. Just depending on if you're probably wearing something casual on the airplane, if you wanted to just bring something, if you have a dinner the first night. There is not a dress code policy on Oceania. There are some restaurants that require just a little more dressed up, but nothing formal. So that's for suitcases, packing too. Another thing is prescription medication. They do request that you keep it in the original pill bottle. If it's like daily supplements or vitamins or something like that, you can put those on in one of those pill containers. But if they have this prescribed number on them, they're going to want them in the original bottles. I'm not saying you're going to get stopped if you put them in something else. It's just something that they like us to tell you guys. One other thing, well, there's gonna be a lot of other things, but so cell phones, I would check with your cell phone providers to see if you have international coverage. You might not think you're gonna need it, but you just never know when there's gonna be an emergency. Like even if it's your connection on your way over there, if you don't have an international plan, you won't be able to call us because your phones will not work without the international plan. Or if you're exploring on shore and you are doing your own tour and you need to contact somebody. So it's just good to call your cell phone provider to see if you have it. And if you don't, usually you can add it for like $10 to $15 a day. And you just tell them when you're going to be gone, and then they'll just tack it on your plan for that time. Another persons to advise is credit card and banks. They usually want to know what dates you're going to be out of the country and what countries you guys are going to. And again, on your final cruise summary, it lists when you're going to be gone and what countries you guys are going to be in. Now, once you've landed at your destination, you're going to pick up your luggage, go through customs and immigration, and everybody's going to do the same thing no matter what you're doing. Whether you're on an Oceania transfer, a Go Next pre-cruise, or you're just going to be on your own, you will head to ground transportation. Ground transportation then will lead you to a person, whether it's Oceania, Go Next, or if you guys are taking a taxi. If you are on our pre-cruise, you're going to want to watch for a person holding a Go Next sign. Our signs are usually fluorescent in color, and we are usually arriving in a sedan or like a Sprinter van. And if you guys are coming in on embarkation day with Oceania and have an Oceania transfer, they will also have a representative there, and they come in large motor coaches. Oceania operates motor coaches kind of like a hotel shuttle. They come and they go, and there's a few buses back and forth to the ship. So if it's not quite there right away, one will be there. And if you think you've waited too long, call the emergency phone number, and then we can tell dispatch that you guys are at the airport. For taxis, if you guys need on your own, you'll just get a taxi and go to wherever you're going to, or if you're doing your own transfer, like I said, the port address is on your final cruise summary. Now, once you've got to the pier, you guys are going to check in with Oceana. You've probably already received the online check-in information. To do so with Oceana, you upload your photo, a credit card, and just general information about what time you're boarding the ship. None of this is needed. It just speeds up your process. So if you don't want to, or if you can't figure out how to upload your picture or put a credit card on there, don't worry about it. They'll do it at the port. If you're looking for luggage tags and you didn't receive any, you will get them at the port also. Luggage tags are not a big thing. They'll just go ahead and when you check in, they'll give you luggage tags. And they'll also be issuing you your world card at this point. The world card, if you haven't been on Oceana before, it acts as it gets you on and off the ship. It's your onboard payment. It gets you in and out of your room. And when I say onboard payment, Oceana is cashless. So anything that you purchase on board, a spa, a bottle of wine, a shirt from the boutique, will go on this card. And then you guys will have an invoice throughout the cruise, and it'll be on your TV. You'll also get one at the end of the cruise that is printed out to show all of your items. Currency, when I looked for your guys' sailing, it says none of the countries you're going to take the US dollar. However, some places might take the US dollar. If so people ask me how much money to spend. And I always say it depends on if you're shoppers or not. Most places are going to take credit cards. Most larger stores will take credit cards. If it's a small mom and pop thing or a small food truck or something smaller, they might not take credit cards. So if you wanted to take out money beforehand, you guys will be using the pound or the euro. I say I would wait till you get over there to see if you need to. If you need to take out cash, you can always do so on board Oceana. They do charge about a 5% fee. Otherwise, when you get off the ship, you could look for a bank, and I suggest using larger banks just to take out cash. Just make sure you know your PIN number for whatever card you're using, and it's just like an ATM, but it'll give you their currency over there. But like I said, I would say 95% of the places probably take a US credit card. Also, when you're checking in, you are going to give your luggage to the porters. So your rooms might not quite be ready when you get on the ship, but what that means is you guys can go explore the ship. Anything that's open, feel free to walk into. The Terrace Cafe will be open for lunch. So go ahead and have some lunch. And once your cabins are ready, they'll make an announcement and they'll say like deck number 7 is ready. So then you guys you'll go to your rooms and then you can look around because there'll be a lot of stuff in there for you guys to look at, and I'll go over that. But one thing I want to tell you is that if your luggage is not there, don't panic. If you brought it to the ship and you checked it in, it'll eventually get to your room, but they have a lot of people to bring luggage to. So it will get there as long as you took it from the airport. In your cabins, the voltage, so if you're just going on the cruise, you don't need any kind of conversion or adapter. But if you're doing anything before or after, you're going to need to have an adapter or check with the hotel to make sure that they don't have an outlet for you. Some are more modern and they would have a US outlet, but most would not. For the rooms, they do have two 110 volts. They have two 220s and a USB-C outlet. They have hair dryers, robes, slippers, large umbrellas. And for anybody that's been on a cruise before, usually when you exit the ship for like a shore excursion, they hand you plastic bottles of water. Oceana no longer does that. They are trying to be environmentally cautious. So they actually make water bottles with the Oceana logo on them, and they will put crafts of water in your room, and there are also filling stations on board the ship. So you can use that water bottle. Otherwise, feel free to bring your own water bottle and you can fill it up in your room or at the filling stations. Each room has internet. So if there's 2 people in the room, there's 2 that are included in your package. So you'll each have your own login. Internet is good. I've never had a problem with it. I mean, we maybe couldn't do this as far as streaming all these cameras. But if you're just checking emails or just doing basic stuff, that is going to be fine. If anybody thinks they want to upgrade, they would do so at the reception, but I would wait till you get on board to see if you need to. I would say for the most part, you would not, depending on what you're trying to do while you're on board. Another thing in your room is going to be the currents. This is the biggest piece of information in your cabin. You'll get a lot of stuff in your cabin, but this will be put on your bed at turn down service every night. The currents is Oceana's daily newsletter for what's happening the next day. It tells you what time you're going to get into port, what time you can get off the ship, what time you need to be back on the ship, emergency phone numbers for the ship in case anything happens when you guys are out exploring. It'll have specials or just talk about shore excursions. If there's any lectures for the day, it'll be on there. So it's just a really good piece of paper to have. I usually take it with me. It's just a couple pages, or you can take photos of it, especially for the emergency contacts or what time you need to be back on the ship, because that's very important. Another thing in your cabin is going to be your shore excursion tickets. These will be on your vanity in an envelope, and they're going to be for the entire cruise. So if you are waitlisted on anything right now, you might clear when you get on board the ship. So I would just take a look at all your shore excursions, make sure you have all of your tickets. And if you have two tickets for one day because one of them cleared, you're going to want to go to the shore excursions desk. It's called Destinations. They will, you'll just have to tell them which one you don't want so you're not charged for the other one. I'll tell you the first day on board the ship. So if you guys are interested in talking to anybody about shore excursions, the first day, the shore excursion desk is really busy, but don't let it discourage you. They usually have quite a bit of people working the first day and it goes pretty fast. People are just checking to see where they're at on the wait list. So, feel free to stop by and, stop by and say hi to the program managers. They're on deck 5. They do have a desk on board. They work in the morning and in the evening, and you might see them out on shore excursions with you guys. For your shore excursion tickets, right when you look at them, if you want to put in the corner MS, that will help us get you guys on the same bus as other Michigan State people. So if you put MS in the ticket, if you're traveling with Regina on a tour, then you guys will be on the same bus. And for shore excursions, every morning when they dispatch from the lounge, you'll just want to make sure you go to the desk where our program managers are. So we work the Go Next desk and give you tickets, and Oceana has their own buses and they work their desks. So if you just see their faces, you just go to that desk. When they call your shore excursion, they'll then give you a bus ticket. And then if the bus is ready to go, they'll tell you right away. If it's not ready, you'll just take a seat and wait for them to call your ticket number, and then you guys will all get off the ship together. If you guys are doing something independently, they'll let you know when independent travelers can get off the ship. They have a set time for them. It's based on what other shore excursions are happening that day. So that's for shore excursions. Talk about a little bit about dress code. There's not really a dress code. It's a country club casual. And what they mean by that is no shorts and no flip-flops in the specialty dining and the grand dining room. They do say no like blue jeans. However, they've come out with a new thing that if they're fancy blue jeans, you can wear them. So I don't know really what fancy is. I suppose some people's jeans are more expensive than slacks. So, I mean, take it to whatever you guys think. But so no shorts or flip-flops in specialty or grand dining room. The rest of the ship is casual. They just require if you have a swimsuit on or something that you have a cover up on. Um, Off the ship, comfortable. Tennis shoes, there's a lot of uneven pavement. I say dress in layers, especially if you start in the morning. Temperatures, like I said, mid 60s, some places 70. So it could be cool in the morning. So layers. And like I said, there is an umbrella, so I'd watch as it gets closer. Not that it's not close, but watch and see if there's any rain. If you want to bring your own little compact umbrella, that might be a good idea because the ones in the rooms are like the golf umbrellas. Let's see here. So, I was going to go over your guys' events. Now, the event schedule will be handed out on board. This is something that you would have received quite a while ago. It's so you don't double book an event with your dining. So, for your guys' event schedule, so the first night is the Go Next reception. And the Go Next reception is open bar, hot and cold canapes, and you guys will have your own little Michigan State group. But every other alumni that's on the ship with you guys will also be in that room. If you haven't met the program managers, they will be there to tell you what their job is. And I just want to tell you, their job is to do whatever you need. So they are like your onboard concierge. So if you are not happy, if you have an issue or anything, let them know. And if you're not comfortable letting them know, let Regina know. She can help you and then she can talk to them because if they don't know what's wrong, they can't fix it. So anything you need, and if they can't do it, like they can't really help you like change dining and stuff like that, but they can direct you where to go, or walk you up there and they can help you. So that's the first night is the Go Next reception. The 25th is the captain's reception, and that happens in every bar throughout the ship. They have open bar and hot and cold canapes. And once they have a time, they will go ahead and put it in the currents and let you know. Right now, there's not a time, it's just the second day. And then August 26th, we're going to have a reception for you guys. And again, you'll go to Horizons Lounge and have drinks and such. And then on August 31st, this is the day that we're going to do your group photo. And this is a big day. I'm sure Regina's bringing a flag. And a lot of people like to wear their school colors this day. And we will take your picture on the grand staircase. And then we'll send it to Regina and she can do bright cloud or whatever you guys do. So there's that night. And then after you're done doing the photo, we're going to take you to the grand dining room and you guys can all have dinner together. Laundry is on the ship. So for this ship that's on deck 7 through 11, it is included in your cruise. If you don't want to do laundry and you'd like somebody to do it for yourself, they do offer a service at a fee. This ship, if you haven't made dining reservations by now, they might be closed, but you could always call us if you haven't. So we have the Polo, the Toscana, Red Ginger, and Jacques. Red Ginger is my favorite. But so if you were like, oh, I have dinner at 9 o'clock this night and I really don't like it, and I would really like to change it, or if you're like, oh, I met the Smiths and we want to dine together. Every morning in the Terrace Cafe, there's a maitre d' right when you walk in the front entrance, and they're usually right there at the podium, and they can help you with that night. So if you were wanting to try to make any changes, or if you need to make a cancellation, it's good to cancel because then this opens it up for other people. So, changes. Same with shore excursions. If you don't want to go on one, just make sure you cancel these so then it opens up for other. But if you have any questions about dining or want to try to make any changes, go ahead and try at the Terrace Cafe. That's the buffet that has, it's my favorite place. It's nice and casual, just a little bit of everything. And depending on what area of the world you're in, sometimes they bring in food from the local restaurants or local grocery stores and bring it on board. Some people like to know, let me get the list here, what other schools are going to be on board with you. So some of the bigger school, not bigger schools, but top numbers with you guys. Here a few are. It's Texas A&M, University of North Dakota, Traveling Huskers, Oklahoma State, Iowa State, K-State, and the University of Minnesota. And there will be other ones on there. And usually on our program manager desk, we have a little plaque and it will list everybody's logo on it so you can see who else is on board. Or if they don't have one, you can ask the program managers. Program managers, if you guys are going on the pre-cruise, you will get your badge or your name badges there. And if you are not on the pre-cruise, you can, like I said, stop by deck 5 and say hi, and they will have your name badges there. And if you don't have time to go there, they'll be at the Go Next reception. So it's not something that you need to wear, but it is nice to wear the first couple days at least, so then people get to know your name and know who you are, who you're affiliated with, because we'll have quite a few Go Next people on this sailing. Let's see here. For embark or disembarkation, they'll send out a letter and they'll put it in your room. It's a questionnaire asking you to reconfirm what flight you guys are on. And your flights may have changed, but Oceania might not know that, even if it's off by like 20 minutes or something or 10 minutes. Just reconfirm your flights, put them on there, and then you'll hand this questionnaire back into reception. They just want to know where you're going, if you're going to the airport, what time you're going, or how you're getting where you're going and where you're staying, because this will provide the transfer information and you guys will get tickets for this. So if you guys are getting off early in the morning or your flight's early in the morning, you're gonna be one of the first ones off. You guys will all go to the lounge and they'll call your tickets and you guys will disembark at that time. And for disembarkation, if nobody's been on a cruise before, if somebody hasn't, you usually put your luggage, well, you do, you put your luggage outside the night before. You don't have to, but then you're responsible for carrying it down on your own. So you have to put it outside your cabin door the night before you depart. So anything you need to keep with you, keep your carry-on with you, and then you can just put it in the bag, and they will take your luggage down to a holding area to come off on disembarkation. So once you go to the lounge, they'll call your tickets. You guys will disembark the ship. And usually what it is, it's kind of like an airport carousel. Like there'll be different areas. So if you were ticket blue 7, you're going to look for the luggage circle with the flag up in the middle and it has a blue 7 on it. And then you're going to want to go claim your luggage and pull it out. Somebody will help you with it, but you still need to claim what's your luggage so we know it's yours. And then we will bring it to the taxi or the bus or wherever you guys are going. We will help you get it there. Another thing I forgot to mention is on your TVs, there's lots of things on there. It'll replay lectures. It will tell you or go into more descriptions about the shore excursions. It also has an invoice on there. So you guys should check this periodically if you guys are using your World Card for charges. Just check the invoice on the TV, make sure all the charges are yours. If they're not, you're going to want to go and talk to reception. And reception the night before you disembark is a really busy desk. So if you notice a charge that's not yours before that night, try to go down before that night, and get it taken care of instead of the night before to just avoid the traffic. So, oh, another thing on your invoice will be gratuities. Gratuities for this trip are $23 per person for penthouse and above, and $18 for concierge and down. These can be adjusted with reception if you don't want to give that much, if you want to give more, if you only worked with Bob and Sally the whole time, you just want to tip them. These can be changed at reception. People do ask about tips for shore excursions, and I just Googled the area for what they're, if you want to tip. It's all, if you enjoyed the tour, if you thought the content was good, if you could understand them. So suggested amounts for tours, like a full day tour, they say a guide $5, a driver 3, a half day tour, guide 3, a driver 2. So again, your discretion, whatever you guys want to do. That was a lot of information. Let me look in the chat here and we can go over anything again. Let's see here. How many people are going on the London cruise? I can maybe pull that up here. Let's see here. What dining areas have buffets? So just the Terrace Cafe is the buffet. Other areas, they'll have like a nook where the coffee shop is, the bistros. They'll have other areas that'll, and like in Horizons, they'll have like maybe continental donuts, like breakfast and scones and stuff, but that's the only true buffet. Let's see here. Let me go to my rooming list here really quick. I have your guys' rooming list, and let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 12. So there's 12 people, or I'm sorry, yeah, 12 people from Michigan State on the pre-cruise. So it's good. That's a good number. Let's see here.
I will also be there. I'm not part of the pre-cruise, but I have booked one night at that same hotel. So
Okay, we do have transportation to the airport, right? So let's see here, Susan Ronald. So yeah, so you guys are on the pre-cruise. So we will pick you up at the airport. We'll bring you to the hotel. And then you guys, the morning that you guys are supposed to go to the cruise ship, you guys will do your tour. You'll put your luggage on the bus, and then the bus will bring you to the ship. And then, yeah, you have transportation on the return too, I see. Let's see here. Wardrobe for typical weather. So the weather is going to be like in the mid 60s. I would again would check before. I mean, we're only a week out, but I did check. But I dress in layers. I always, bring a light coat and I even sometimes bring a scarf. I just feel like if I put it over my shoulders, it warms me up. But, and always wear tennis shoes when you're out exploring. There's lots of uneven pavement. So if you're doing a lot of walking, if you're just getting off the ship and doing a casual walkabout, you can wear sandals. But if you're going to be doing some major exploring, I suggest good shoes. You know what? Thought gratuities were included. Let me look here. I do not, I do not believe they are on this sailing. I do know some sailings. Let's see here. One second. Bucolic. So for this cruise, We have airfare, transfers, Wi-Fi. You guys received the house beverage packets. It's champagne, wine, and beer at lunch and dinner. And then there was a shore excursion credit. So gratuities are not included on this cruise.
Yeah, Oceania at different times have different promotions, and so for this cruise, unfortunately, gratuities are not included.
It's a better deal though, like I feel like for this sailing with the shore excursion credit. So sometimes it equals out, but this one I think is better with $600 shore excursion credit. Maybe with especially with the beverage package. If people drink, I guess. I do know they're always making changes to what the passengers' feedback is. So
Emily, I have a question.
yeah.
This is Peggy. How are you?
Hi.
Hi,
Good, how are
Regina.
you?
Hi.
You mentioned at the beginning that on August 4th, we should have received something from Oceania. The only thing that I see that we've gotten is the boarding pass. We got that in the email. Was there something else that we were supposed to have gotten? We
So it
got,
would have actually came, yeah, it
Go
would have
ahead.
came from Go Next. Let me just look at your booking here.
Yeah.
So
I don't see
let's
anything on mine from Go Next from that.
so I'll forward it to you right now. I have
Perfect.
them up. Yep.
That'd be great. And then the
Yeah.
only other thing we received was the big packet from Oceania with the luggage tags with our names and then the 4 other tags and then the pamphlet showing the ship, everything on board, that sort of thing.
Yep, that's all you would have received from Ocean is the big nice blue book. I think it's still blue.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I just realized I haven't gotten that.
So Regina sometimes hosts because you guys are booked much later than everybody. They don't
Mhm.
have time to print it, so that's probably why
Okay,
you didn't
that's
get it.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have luggage tags from previous trips, so
Perfect.
they'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yes. It looks like there are some other questions here.
Let's
One other
cancel.
question.
Yep. So can I cancel shark excursions before you get on board? So let's see here. So this is 8/24. So the Oceana system does shut down. Usually they say about 2 weeks prior. Sometimes it's 10 days. So if there is a short excursion you want to cancel, call our 1-800 number and one of the agents can look into this and see if they can cancel it.
Any other questions?
Can I cancel that on board though, once we get on?
Oh
Without it?
yeah, so well now it depends like if you want to cancel one for like the second day because some of this can some depending on how you booked it might have a cancellation policy on the back. So if it's towards the end of the trip, you're probably just fine. But on the back of the ticket, it'll tell you the exact date that you need to cancel it by in order to get a refund.
Okay. And we had another question about the ETA verification and printing that. When we did it, they said, oh, you don't have to print anything. This is, it's going to show up in the system type of a thing. What would we print?
No, so and it's just like when we used to do Australian visas. We could take a screenshot. That's really all you can do, but it will show up in the system. It's linked to your guys' stuff. You don't have to do anything.
Okay.
Did you receive an email confirmation that you had signed up?
Yeah. Yeah. We got all that.
Okay, you can print that too.
Yeah.
That's what I did.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Well, the only thing with with our flights on Air Canada, it wasn't no seats were assigned. So when I went onto the Air Canada app and did it, there was a price for every seat. Is that not covered?
So some carriers charge extra for seats. So we just, each one you have to go in and see. I feel like Delta might be one of the only ones left, and maybe United that don't charge for seats.
Okay. So we did it right then.
Yeah. I mean, you could. So what my little trick is, when I check in, I don't ever assign myself seats, but I don't really care where I sit. So I just when I check in 24 hours, and then after you check in, I re-go in, and then usually you can grab a seat for free. But if you care where you sit and who you sit with, then you got to pay for them in advance.
You already paid.
Let's see here. I don't have those items from Oceania either. So if you didn't receive the blue book, it's it's, if you, sometimes people don't, or don't have their updated passport. So if you have to renew your passport, and then the blue books are based on the guest registration form and when you guys entered them. So if you, or maybe something got held up in printing. I do know they're a little bit behind on certain books. I don't know what sailings it affects. But there's nothing in that book that you need. It's just a pretty book that tells you, day by day what shore excursions and stuff like that. And it does have information on the ship. But you can also go to our website, and we have details on the marina if you just go next, and at the bottom is the vessel. So, and the luggage tags, you can just get some luggage tags when you get Pure Side, and they'll put them on your bags. So if you're missing the books, anybody, they're just a nice piece. They're not necessary.
Emily, again, you suggested that for weather-wise, the highest would probably be in the 70s.
Yeah, and that's in London. So London seemed to be the warmest.
Okay,
And yeah. But
okay.
London can be dreary. I just give it a little peek as you get a little closer to see what they're saying. I mean, even sometimes the day before, you can't really trust the weather people, but
Right.
so I just give it a peek.
Okay.
Do you have a list of the things that we're going to see in London on the tour?
The pre-tour?
So let's see here. I don't have an actual like list that I could send, but there is on our website, and if you go to gonext.com and then you pull up your departure, I mean, all you have to do is type search British and your departure will pull up. And in there, there's a link that you can click on that says view London programs in detail. And then if you pull it up, it'll give you what you're going to see. I'm trying to pull it up right now.
Yeah, it
Um,
shows in the brochure a panoramic London city tour, visit to Tower of London,
yeah.
and visit to Stonehenge.
Yep.
And I believe there was an email that went out regarding another something that changed once the brochure was out. And
That was Wales was taken off and Liverpool is now.
yeah, no, there was something regarding the pre-cruise.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
The reason I wanted to see if there was any detail is we're coming in a day early to London, and we'd like to go look at things, but I don't want to go look at things that we're going to then see the next day in the tour. I'd like to see other things.
Right. And if you call our agents, they'll be able, I'm just trying to pull up. We usually have communications that go out. So if something was canceled in your pre-cruise, we would have sent you a communication. And for some reason, I feel like it might be Stonehenge. We do update our website though. So if something was removed, our website is up to date versus probably the brochure, because the brochures are printed so long ago. So the website would be probably your best place to look, or call one of the agents and they can see. Let me just see. Oh, here we go. I think I found it. Beyond pre-cruise. Oh no, that's something else. Yeah, if there was a change, I'm still looking. Pre-cruise. No, nothing's popping out to me, but that doesn't mean I don't work a lot with the pre-cruise, but the agents would know, or they could find an area where it would be listed.
yeah, I just saw something in my email, but then it jumped around. So yeah, I know it seemed like it was something special for the pre-cruise, and now I'm not finding it. Where is it? Oh, update for the Go Beyond London pre-cruise. Hang on a second. My email's a little slow, but
Oh,
I'll try
you
to
get something
pull it
there.
up.
didn't get that. Wait a minute.
On the Go Next thing for the 23rd, it says we go to the Tower of London.
See the crown jewels, the beefeaters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, White
Which
Tower.
document?
Which document is that, Suzanne?
So this is on the Go Next, Bucolic British Isles Go Beyond Pre-Cruise Program. And it's got August 22nd and, what terminal you come in at Heathrow. And then on the 23rd, it describes that.
And it does say.
Okay.
That's probably part of the final documents, I believe.
Yeah, that sounds like final
That's what we
documents.
just got. That's what Emily, and you forwarded that to Jeff?
I got
Yep,
that.
I did. Yep.
That's
So, and
Oh, yeah.
I was
Okay.
gonna say Windsor Triathlon is going to be taking place on June 11th, it says. Wait, that's June. That's our other British trip. So yeah, I don't find
There it
anything.
is.
So I could
Okay.
look in.
Okay, what I found is London evening exclusive for $5.99 per person. It was dinner in a private room. Tickets to Wicked at the Apollo Victoria Theater. I don't know if anyone else received this or not. But
That, what you're talking about, Jeff? Yeah,
Right.
that looked like the page that. Susan
Yeah.
was-
did anyone happen to sign up for that?
Mm-mm.
I have a question though for the 23rd, for the half day in London. It says after breakfast. Are we on our own for breakfast, or is it something that is also part of the program?
No, it's breakfast is included for the days you're there. But usually, so breakfast is probably gonna be like from 7 to 9, and then you guys will meet at the front desk, and then the buses will be there, and the program managers, depending on how many buses are out there, will for sure probably be a program manager on each bus. So no, yep, breakfast is included, and once you get there, like I said, there'll be that whiteboard, and it'll have like really detailed information of what you guys are going to be doing or what you need to do. And if it's not listed, just ask one of them.
Okay. Anything else?
Not to beat this gratuities thing into the ground, but everyone
Yeah.
on the Oceana website says that they took out gratuities and made it all included, but we're different.
So yes, so they changed it. There's a trip in September. Trip from September to going forward right now, gratuities are what was included. So they usually do like
I thought it was September of 2024 where they changed it.
so, but we did not change it until the fall of 25. We just had a better promotion. So you would either have only got like the gratuities or like the house package. You wouldn't get like all the items. Usually it used to be you pick one of the three. Gratuities, shore excursion credit, or the house package. So in this one you're getting the house package and the
Could be everything. right?
shore excursion credits. So, and like right now, our cruises, some of them only have the gratuities and not the other two items. But like Regina says, that's constantly changing. They're just trying to make the passengers, what they want. So people were saying, they don't take shore excursions because some people don't, and they would rather have gratuities. Some people don't drink, so they'd rather have gratuities. So that's why it changed. But yes, if you look at the website, it does say, yes, they're a little different than us, but we always try to take the best deal with the best price for our trips.
Any other
Let's
questions?
let's see here, partly cloudy. Safe for jogging. Most of the areas that you guys are going to are pretty safe. Like usually I would say you always want to be safe. Like conscious of wherever you guys are at. But certain areas, like if you're like in Barcelona and stuff, I would tell you, or even like Rome, I would tell you to wear your purse on your front or your bag on your front. But most of the places that you guys are going are not high crime, I would say. Because we get reports back from each cruise that our people are on, letting us know if somebody was pickpocketed or such. But it's always good to be vigilant. And if you have any questions, like Megan is actually from Ireland, and she, like I said, has done millions of trips. So if you want to ask any one of them if they have any ideas, I don't know that any of them are runners, but they could definitely probably tell you where to go.
Yes. Any other questions? I've been on Oceania a number of times. I haven't been to all these destinations, but regarding things that occur on board the ship, feel free to reach out to me because I've been on quite often. So, and I believe you're going to really love Megan. You'll love all the GoManex program managers. They're all wonderful, but Megan she comes to light.
Yeah, she's got a lot of energy, and
Yeah.
probably by day, depending on how many days you get with her, usually day 2, she knows everybody's names. It amazes me when I work with her. I'm like, I
Yeah.
will never remember your guys' names. Maybe on the last day I might, but she's first, last, everything. Like where they went to school, where their kids went to school. She's got
Yeah.
amazing memory.
Yes.
And she's great. Yep.
Enjoy it. Yeah. So,
I got one last question. We
Mhm.
signed up for our excursions last year. In fact, I think we did it before Christmas just to be able to get what we wanted. We now get the list for some of these receptions for MSU people. Should we probably guess that we're going to be back from the excursion in time to make these receptions?
So depending, I'd have to see what, we'd have to look to see exactly what your tours are and what time they start and how long they go till. We typically try not to do any of your events on long excursion days. So like if somebody is in port till 8 o'clock, we try not to do anything on those days because nobody's gonna come back. I mean, you want to see the city unless you've already seen, it. But we do try to do that. So I would just look at see what time your tour starts and how long it is, and then that'll tell you, and even if you're running a little late to the party, like come on in. Like they, especially like the Michigan State reception and even the Go Next reception, if nothing is happening in those rooms after us, we tend to linger and people
Okay.
just leave when they want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
yeah, you're welcome to come, even if it's late.
Okay, great.
In that vein, when we had to schedule our boarding onto the ship, I did it before we got what time we
Information.
thought we were gonna be getting to the ship from Stonehenge. So I did it for 2 o'clock. I mean, I thought it was late enough. I mean, we don't have to be there right there at 2, you know.
Mm-mm. No, no. And even yeah.
So come on.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's just like a general thing, and even times will fill up and you won't be able to select certain times. So it's just general. They try to be more staffed, if there's heavy, like when our Go Next bus is coming in, they'll know when our Go Next bus is coming in because we will radio and then they'll have more staff down there. So it's just really a general thing. I mean, if you said 11 o'clock and you don't get there till 2, that's fine. Or if, it is just general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other
Does
questions?
anybody, any other questions?
Okay.
Well, if you
thank
guys have any
very much.
questions, I'm gonna jump off the call. Thank you guys. If you have any questions, you can reach out to Regina or our 1-800 number and they'd be happy to help you guys. Everybody have a great sailing. Enjoy yourselves. Have
Thank you,
fun.
Thank you.
Emily.
Yep.
So
Thank
much.
you.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. So, like I said before, if we can kind of go around the room and if you'd like to introduce yourself, that would be wonderful. I will just start and name off names. And Thomas, if you would like to go ahead.
Yeah, my name's Tom McNair, and I'm not sitting on the porch of my lakefront condo. I'm sparing you a view of my house. This is actually Yellowstone Lake. My sister and I drove out there last year, and it's much more scenic than what you'd see if I took the photograph out of there. I'm not a Michigan State grad. I'm a West Point grad, but this is not the first tour I've taken where an alumni group doesn't fill its quota, and so they go out and take non-grads and that.
Well, we welcome everyone. So,
Yeah. So I'll just spare you the colors and all of that, but look forward to meeting all of you.
Bring lots of green and white.
yes, yes.
I don't know that I own any green.
Well, if you have white, that's good too.
Black,
So,
gold, and
and we
gray.
can give you
Yeah.
things. We can give you decorations. So, okay, I see Peg.
Well,
I'm
Thomas.
Peggy.
Yeah.
I'm Peggy Moon. This is my husband, Jeff. I'm a MSU grad. I won't tell you the year. And this is our third trip. Yes, our third trip through MSU Spartan Pathways travel. We first did the Hot Air Balloon Festival in Albuquerque 2 years ago, which was phenomenal. But the most that we've loved so far, we want to go back, was the Galapagos Islands. We did that just this past March. If you haven't done it, oh my gosh, we can't say enough about it.
It's back on our bucket list.
It is, Regina,
Yeah,
for sure.
good.
Whether we
Oh,
do it,
wonderful.
whether we
Good.
do it through Ore Bridge again or whoever, it was phenomenal. And I just love how we get a brochure from MSU Spartan Pathways about every week. I think, oh my God, here's another one. Here's another one. So
We don't have enough time to do all of them.
I do have,
Well, just, yeah, a few if you can, that'd be wonderful.
I do have a question though, but maybe Thomas has answered it. You do not have to be obviously an MSU alumni to participate with Spartan Pathways.
That's correct.
Okay, so we have neighbors, we have friends who we've told about these tours, and that's been one of the questions. Well, we didn't go to MSU, and I said, you know, I don't think that's a prerequisite, so I'll let them know.
Yeah.
I've given them your name before, Regina, but
Yeah, quite
I may pass
often.
some of the brochures around too.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's fine.
Okay.
Yes, quite often we have, just in that case where people have friends that want to travel, they like to travel together. So yes, we open it up, you know, to others too. So
Okay, terrific. Looking forward to meeting everyone.
wonderful, great. All right, I see Sandra. Is
Yes,
it your voice?
Sandy Boyce. Yeah.
Okay, hi.
And I'm sitting here with Sharon Heath. I'll let her talk too. We are not graduates of Michigan State, but friends of ours from a club we belong to was telling us about their trip and said, and we're like, wow, that sounds wonderful. And they said, why don't you come go with us? And we're like, okay.
Oh, good.
So
good.
we're looking forward to meeting everyone else. And I've never been to Ireland or Scotland before. So it's been on my bucket list. So we
Wonderful.
looking forward to it very much.
Great, thank you. All right, Michelle.
Hi, I'm Michelle Buys, and I'm a MSU engineering graduate, and my husband Stan is a U of M engineering grad. And we've recently retired, and this will be our second Spartan trip, but our first cruise, so we're looking forward to it.
No, is it your very first cruise? Have you cruised before or?
We did a river cruise in France, but we've never been on a big ship, so this will be our first real cruise.
All right, well, this will
Ours
be a good
too.
introduction because it's a smaller cruise line, so it's not one of the monster ships, and it's a very nice ship. I've been on it a few times now, and it was actually my very first Oceania ship that I sailed on. So
How many passengers on the marina?
it holds 1,250.
Wow.
Yeah. And they do have smaller ships too that hold about 680. But yes. So, all right. Well, thank you, Michelle, very much. All right. We have Suzanne Ronald.
Well, actually, Suzanne had to leave, but I'm.
Oh, so are you Kristen?
Yeah, I'm Kristen. Yep, Suzanne is
Okay.
my wife. I'm the Michigan State grad. I graduated in 1985. We both retired a couple years ago and have been, planning a big trip, hoping to go on something really cool. And this one came up in the mail with the Michigan State stuff, so we thought we'd go for it. So we haven't traveled with Michigan State before. We have cruised in the past pre-COVID. Haven't since. So we're looking forward to it. Glad it's kind of a smaller ship.
Good. All right. And we have Paul.
Hi, everybody. I'm Paul Jacobs. My wife, Mary Jane Jacobs, is a Michigan State grad. And we've done several trips with the Spartan group. And looking forward to this one. And Regina, we would love to do a Spartan tour, a week-long tour in either Spain or Italy, a wine tour, staying at vineyards and the surrounding areas. So if you've got something on that, let us know. We'd love to do that.
All righty. I definitely
We'll join you.
We'll join you.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be, I saw one come through where you stayed at vineyards every night, different vineyards every night, did wine tasting, toured the local areas, and I'm like, sign me
Oh
up.
my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you guys. So nice to meet you guys. Looking forward to seeing you in a week or so.
You too.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Great. All right. Well, a little bit more about me. I didn't really introduce, I'll give me my background at all, but I have been the director of the Spartan Pathways program since, 2000. So I've been doing it for a number of years now. I am a graduate of Michigan State. I got my degree in health education in 1991. And before I've done the travel program for a number of years, but at some time I also had other responsibilities. So I was involved with homecoming and a reunion and so forth. But travel is in my blood. My mother was quite a traveler herself, and so it kind of caught the bug from her. But so again, I'm really looking forward to it. If you haven't signed up, I know quite a few of you have, but we have our Bright Crowd online directory. And if you haven't signed up for that, please let me know. If you'd like to, please let me know. And then I can send you an invitation. It's a nice way to get to know one another prior to departure for the tour. And it also allows you while you're there to upload photos. So you can, and I'll have instructions on how to do that once we arrive or get on board. Give that to you. For those of you that might be on the pre-tour, like I said, I'm not actually on the pre-tour, but I am coming in a day early. On the 23rd, I haven't actually arranged anything, but maybe an impromptu cocktail reception in the evening. That would be nice if you want to get together. So I can maybe reach out to you once we get there. So anyway, let's
Who's
see.
going on the London one?
How many people are going on the London? Yeah, the London one.
Okay. All right. We've got, looks
Okay.
like 4 or 5, 6. Because
Yeah.
Michelle's husband, Suzanne, your wife. So good. All right. So I'm not sure to what time your touring's going to get back on. No, you arrived. Do you arrive on the 23rd? I'm trying to
We're coming in a
remember.
day early.
Okay, so I'm coming in on the 23rd, or is it the 23rd I'm coming in? I've forgotten. I have a lot of trips going out right now, so, but I believe I'm arriving on the 23rd. So that evening, I'll try to connect with you and see what we can. Once we get on board, there'll be other opportunities for us to kind of get together. If you like, I usually plan a final cocktail reception the night before departure. So I'll send something out regarding that. Again, the program managers are a great resource. They're wonderful to work with, and they will try and help you as much as they can. And of course, I'll be there. And if you have questions, you can certainly ask me as well. So, all right. Well, I'm looking forward to meeting all of you. And I will be sending out an email before departure with my contact information should you need to get a hold of me. So,
Great.
all right. Thank you all so much for attending today.
Thank you.
And I
Thank
will
you.
send this recording out to everyone just in case if you missed part of it or if you couldn't recall something that was said. So I'll get this out to you probably tomorrow. So,
Good deal.
okay. Well, take care and go
Thanks.
green.
Go
Mhm.
green. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.